With evening, casting a blanket of twilight, Jungkook lounged on the couch, his gaze flickering between the TV and his 5-year-old son, Jihoon, who sat snuggled next to him. Their argument echoed through the mansion, reminiscent of the classic cartoon Tom and Jerry. Jungkook, again he sighed, running his finger through his already ruffled hair. Why won't you just finish your dinner, Jihoon? It's getting late. His mischievous grin widened. His eyes fixed on his father's first steady expression. Jihoon, not again, Daddy, he declared, his voice laced with a playful tone. Mom will handle me. His expression shifted from annoyance to reluctant acceptance. Jungkook, every time he muttered under his breath, shaking his head in mild exasperation. He chuckled, a mischievous gleam in his eyes that mirrored Jungkook's irritation. Jihoon, not my fault, Daddy, he retorted, grinning devilishly. Mom just can't resist showering me with attention, especially when I am being such a charming little rascal. Jungkook's jaw tightened slightly, his competitive edge flaring. He shot his son a stern glare before replying. Jungkook, now look here, you little man, you would better watch it or I will start giving your mother a taste of my own attention too. Jihoon, oh no, daddy, don't you dare, he exclaimed, feigning shock and pretending to shield his mother with his small arms. Jungkook, Jungkook chuckled despite himself, his stern expression softening a little. His competitive side was clearly reused, and he leaned closer to Jihoon, lowering his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. Jungkook, careful, little man, don't tempt me. Jihoon, oh, I'll be careful, daddy, he replied innocently. I wouldn't want that pretty face of yours to turn all red just because you are jealous. He rolled his eyes, trying to maintain a serious facade. Jungkook, jealous, huh? Oh, please, I'm not jealous. I just don't enjoy sharing your mother's attention. That's all. His impish grin widened, knowing he was getting under his father's skin. Jihoon, of course I know, he giggled, and she is my own mother after all. She's always giving me all of her time, especially when you are being a big grump. He rolled his eyes, trying to maintain a stoic expression, but a hint of a smile tugged at his lips. Jungkook, you cheeky little rascal, you're going to drive me insane, he muttered. With a mischievous gleam in his eyes, he showed his father a cheeky look. June, oh no, Daddy. Not you too, he exclaimed dramatically, placing his small hand on his chest. Can't you see that mom loves me best? She gives me all her time, all her attention. You are just jealous, aren't you? Jungkook's competitive side flared up further, and he leaned closer to his son, a hint of a challenge in his voice. Jungkook, jealous? Me? Never. I just don't appreciate being replaced by a 5-year-old. Jihoon, oh, definitely, Daddy, he replied with a mischievous smirk. Mom will definitely be sleeping with me tonight. She's already promised, and you can change her mind. Jungkook, you little rascal, he hissed. You better not sleep with her tonight. I'll let her about your midnight ice cream date last night, and she will definitely be upset with you. He looked at his father with widened eyes. How he knows about his ice cream. Oh, he is his father, of course. He shocked, replaced with mischievous grin at the threat from his father. He leaned in closer, his small voice filled with mischief. June, you better watch your tone, Daddy. You know what? If you keep being a little grouchy and threatening me like that, I just might tell Mom that I saw you with another lady the other day. Jungkook, mini monster. He echoed in disbelief, his voice tinged with annoyance. Jungkook, you would better stop lying, Jihoon. You little rascal, why do you have to destroy my established home? He looked at his son. No DNA check needed. He is indeed his son, his mischievous carbon copy. How he is lying with such sincerity in front of his father. Wow. Jihoon, me, lying. Never, daddy. You just can't handle the fact that I am just like you, being a little mischievous. He retorted, a slight glint in his eyes. Wine, what's going on? Why are you two bickering? Before Jungkook said something, Wine walked into the living room, her voice filled with curiosity. Jihoon immediately seized the moment. His mischievous grin widening, he quickly scurried towards his mom, a pleading look on his small face. Jihoon, Mom, he exclaimed, feigning innocence. Look at what Dad was saying. He was scolding me. An exaggerated sigh escaped his lips as he showed his son a disbelieving look. Jungkook, are you serious right now, kiddo? He replied gruffly, his voice tinged with annoyance. You are making this up to get me in trouble, are not you? Vine, stop scolding our son, she said firmly, and if you continue this behavior, you better expect to be spending the night on the couch, mister. His competitive spirit bristled at her words, his pride wounded by the threat of spending the night on the couch. Jungkook, alright, I get it, he grumbled, his voice tinged with annoyance. A silent, intense glare was exchanged from father to son. Jungkook's competitive spirit flared. Vine's voice broke the silence, her tone firm. Vine, go sit at the dining room table, sweetie, she said to Jihoon. I'll be there in a moment. Jihoon gave a look that saying, look, she always gives me her time. Stop coming towards us, father. And Jungkook just scoffed, and he obediently turned and made his way towards the dining table, taking a seat. As he go, Jungkook pulled her closer to him, inhaling her scent deeply. Jungkook, he really is a little monster, he said, his voice tinged with both frustration and amusement. But I have to admit, he's definitely inherited my mischievous streak. Why stop calling our son a monster, okay? She said, glaring at him. He's just being a mischievous little boy, that's all. He couldn't help but reply with a bit of sarcasm, rolling his eyes. Jungkook, oh, of course, he sneered, his voice dripping with sarcasm. He's just a little angel, right? She chuckled at his sarcastic remark and shook her head. Why, he's just a little boy. Stop fighting with him like that, she said, her voice gentle. He chuckled along with her, his competitive spirit momentarily subdued. Jungkook, of course he is my son, he said, a hint of pride in his voice. It's just that he can be a little handful sometimes. She pushed lightly on him, a playful smirk on her face. Fine. Alright, she replied, feigning mock resignation. I guess I can't stay here chatting all day. Hoon is waiting for me after all. He mumbled, a grumpy grumble under his breath, muttering, one day I will give that kid a good spanking. Before turning to Wine and responding with a reluctant agreement, his voice betraying a hint of frustration. Jungkook, yeah, your little angel is waiting. You go get him. I'll be here, working. She couldn't help but chuckle at the situation, seeing the love and banter between father and son. Man, you know what? Why would I need Netflix when I have my very own comedy show right here? She said with a knowing smile, glancing briefly on Jungkook. He couldn't help but let out a resigned chuckle at Ryan's comment. He knew he and his son had their share of moments that resembled a comedy show, but he couldn't deny the underlying love that lay beneath it all. Jungkook, yeah, he said gruffly.